Andrew, what have you been doing this week?
Well, this week I'm working on my cornering. I got quite a lot of advice from the last video and I want to really focus in on that. Might wonder why we're not both on at the same time. It's because it's quite windy today, so we can't actually have the camera up because it keeps blowing over. But I got some really good advice. I've been doing a lot of reading, so I'm going to go through different steps in my cornering, take you out with me so that you can rate it. And I want you to rate it. I want you to be brutally honest. I'm trying to get better. You'll not offend me. Just tell me what's going right, what's going wrong. I got a message through that said, try and practice this somewhere where it's really quiet. So I'm going to go back to my old stomping ground where I used to go around cones, and I'm going to practice this. And what he said was, you want to be going really slowly on the bike, and you want to put pressure down on your left foot so that you transfer your weight over to your left foot without steering. And what you should find is that the bike will start to lean over to the left. And then do the same thing with the right foot. So you put all the weight across to your right foot, and then that should go across to the right. And then the second one was the countersteering that everybody's been telling me about. So the idea with this is to go slow again and just to countersteer to see if you can get it to fold across into the left. So basically what you're going to do is to steer slightly to the right, which will allow the bike to fall to the left, and then do it on the opposite side. And then combine everything as well. So once I've got used to it in the car park, I'll take it out on a run and see if we can get that working. I've looked into race cornering, but race cornering isn't the same as cornering on the road. So there's all this stuff, I don't know if you've seen it, Claire, where you go into the apex of the bend.
Yeah.
And you move round that way, and you go and you come into the corner, and then you come out. And you'll see it, all the race guys do that. But apparently, if you do that on the road, it's not the best way to do it, it's not the safest way to do it. So I saw something on Facebook, and it was some rider training, and I'm going to do some rider training. I've got various options for that. I'm going to do some free stuff that's been offered to me by you guys, and I'm also going to pay for some as well. So basically, as you come into the corner, like the race way of doing it is to be wide, and then you go into the edge of the corner and then come out that way. Whereas what this is saying on the road is that you come down and you wait, you wide, and you wait and you wait until then you cut across the corner and come out. So instead of having that arc, you've got more of a, almost like a dog leg.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure there's loads of ways to do this, and I'm sure some people disagree with it, but this is what I'm going to be working on. And then there's one more element to what I'm doing, and that's the throttle control around the corner. You brake into the corner, as I understand it. You load the front tyre, so what I'm going to do is to put the front brake on, which pushes the bike forward, and it squashes the tyre onto the road to create grip. And then what I need to do is to maintain the throttle as I'm going around the corner. And then I want to then accelerate out the corner. Now I thought that you should accelerate out the corner when you can see the exit of the corner. And I think some people do that, but I was watching something yesterday and it says that you don't want to apply a lot of throttle until you tip the bike back up, because you're in a danger zone by being on a lean. Not that I'm on much of a lean at the minute, because I'm still trying to get used to it. So basically, as I come around, and I'm coming around and I'm on a lean like that, I'm going to straighten up and then start to increase acceleration to get out of the corner. Apparently, the key to all this is to be smooth, because there's a saying, smooth is fast. And if you're smooth, that's how you get round quicker, not by whacking things on and off. So we're blessed with some nice sunshine, so we shall see how we get on. So get on the bike and join me and see what happens.
Okay, first job is to go slow and push down on the left peg and see what effect it has on the bike. Go spin round and have a run up. Wow, it's been a while since I've been in here. Okay, so nice and steady, push down. You can see the bike began to fall to the left. So it's not drastic, but it does move it across. So now we're gonna go to the right and see what happens there. There you go, it pushes it So it seems to push, and it also gets you to move your handlebars. Let's see if I can do that with a bit of counter steer. Check in with your skills every now and again if you're a new rider. That's what I'd suggest. I've not been down here in a while, and the last time we were down here I was practicing for Mod 1, and now it's a totally different ball game. I'm coming around this really confidently. I don't feel like I'm stalling or I'm going to fall off. Right, so let's take this principle, see if we can apply it to the road. So I've got some nice twisties up here. We can practice on this one. Ooh, yeah. Sinks straight in. It sinks straight in to the corner. Same again. Nice and smooth with the throttle. Will start standing up. And now we're going to give it some throttle when it's stood up. So, now I can tip it into the corner a little bit better. I want to be working on my throttle control, so I get my speed right on the way in to the corner, brake, put some of the weight onto the front wheel, and then I want to keep my throttle steady through the corner. So front brake, and then it moves to there. Yeah, so that front brake is shifting. You can feel the bike shift. It moves across. Like here, brake in, and then come round. Watch this guy. And that guy, whoa. I suppose, don't matter how good you are at cornering there, if people are moving out and they don't see you, that's not really going to help. That's why that smooth control thing is what I'm after, so that there's nothing jerky, nothing that's going to cause me a problem. And I can stop safely if I need to, and everything's controlled. Okay, so more twisters. So here we go. Front brake. Ooh. There's that much grit on that corner, I can't really take it how I'd like. But we're pushing down on our feet. Watch out for this guy. Pushing down, counter steering. Yeah. Counter steer. I do feel, obviously, I know I'm new to this. I know that this isn't the most amazing display of cornering, but I do feel this is an improvement on what I was doing. So thank you very much for this tip. It's really helping me. It's something that I can work on. So I like to do these routes both ways so that I can do the corners from all angles. It's really interesting actually, because if I push down on a peg, it does move it. It does help the turn, I think. That counter steer is definitely tipping the bike over so that I can get round quicker or smoother. Seems counterintuitive to do, to push slightly the other way. I do think I started to naturally do it. Let's see. 40 mile an hour up here so I can get a bit more speed. Oh yeah. I think what happens as well is if you push down on a foot, it naturally makes you push the handlebars in a different way. It's almost like you're holding on, and it's natural to push in that way, you know, just to keep stability on your bike. There's so much to think about. It's not, I know you can get round a corner And I suppose if you've got no experience, you could still get a bike round the corner, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get round the corner in the best way possible so that I'm smooth and safe and fast at doing it without, being racing. I'm not bothered about the racing stuff. I just want to be able to progress on my journey and not hold traffic up, because sometimes, because of my skill level, I do get cars behind me. I know that you'll always get that because some people drive faster than others and some people want to go faster than the speed limit. But let's have a look at this one then. So holding throttle down, then when the bike sits up, increase throttle. This is a good junction, this. Camera's still there, that's good. It's almost like thinking in 3D. You got to think about everything. It's not as straightforward as it seems. This is one of the advantages, I think, of having a bike like this Super Meteor Royal Enfield, because you've got controlled power. It's not like the bike's trying to get away all the time. It's not a race bike. So I can practice all this maneuvering and have good throttle control. Okay, so like this one, get me speed. 30 mile an hour max. And then come out of it. Well, I were expecting a big bend there. I think it's just more the fact that there's a concealed entrance. Okay, push down, counter steer, same again, out to the side, push down, counter steer. It works. Wow. One thing that this does as well is it makes you feel a little bit more connected to your bike as you're going around. You're letting the bike do the work. Wow. Yeah, I like this. Obviously, it's another thing to think about. You've got your mirrors, safety checks, indicating, reading the road, and now quite a lot of thought going into the actual mechanics of taking the corner. So to do all this from a standing start is obviously a little bit too much for somebody's brain to take in, especially for mine. I don't have the bandwidth to do everything all at once. So you go up in layers. Well, bit by bit. Oh, we're chopping hedges down here. Roundabouts, same technique. I'm interested to look back actually at this footage. Hopefully you can see this front wheel and we can see if I'm actually counter steering and how much of it I'm actually doing. So it feels like I'm doing it. So yeah, later into the corner, push. I'm actually pushing myself off the seat a little bit, but it seems to get me around quicker. That's really cool. I think if you try this yourself, potholes, man. The absolute state of Britain, just look at it. Round, push, counter steer, throttle. So here we go, into the corner, push down, counter steer. It definitely goes into the corner a lot easier. You're not fighting it. I've got to practice this till it comes second nature. I'm sure there's other techniques for different scenarios, but that's pretty good.
How did that go then?
Good, I think. I'm learning. It's something to be practiced.
Yeah.
But I think Please let me know if I'm doing it right. Have I missed something? Obviously, when I'm learning stuff like this and just reading it, we don't know, do we? We don't know if I'm doing it right. So, yeah, all you guys that are more experienced, please let me know in the comments what you thought. If you like this type of content, then let me know as well. Give us a like. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, and we'll see you for the next installment.
Goodbye.
Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me.